Hi there. So, thought I'd say something about yesterday's staged event in the D.C. area. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know what's going to get censored, but anyhow, obviously, I mean, I'm not a political person. I don't follow it. I do not think that either side is a savior. And I'm going to get into that a little bit because I've seen no evidence of any of this, like, Q crap going on, actually taking place. Yet, I see thousands of people online still saying that, oh, you know, these people have been hung for treason and they've been arrested and they've been this and that. Where's the evidence of this? I mean, I'm all for it happening, but I don't think so. And one of the reasons is that, if I'm not mistaken, these politicians, when they work for the District of Columbia, they're governed by Interpol and not the same legal system as the average American. And I'll read an article about that later too. So I'll try to make this as short as I can. But so allegedly some lady was shot. I have not seen anything about that. I did see somebody alleging that it was an actress. I don't know. Haven't delved into it. I saw pretty much all I needed to see with the guy that was in the mountaineer-looking thing. He was actually, I feel, imitating Cernunnos, who is a Gaelic god of beasts and wild things. It's interesting because the new system that has 5 in it, it is the beast system. The G thing. And so to invoke or to attempt to honor the god of beasts, meanwhile, while people are being given this serum that is thought to interact with this 5 system. I mean, it's a little suspicious, you know what I'm saying? But it likely was a ritual, you know, being done. And now, you know, you've got all the division, people saying, oh, it was Trump supporters. It was this, it was that. Politics is a divide and conquer. I mean, associating yourself with any political party, you know, as part of your identity, that's a problem over being, you know, just a human being to human being. That's a freaking problem. And you know, I got, you know, people online sitting there talking about, well, you know, you Trump people are the problem. You know, you're just a poor, sad, hate-filled soul. You know, work on your immediate worlds, guys. I mean, this stuff is a show. And that's what I mean. Like, the world isn't going to stop turning. But, I mean, I don't even know about half the stuff that went on yesterday. But then there are a bunch of people today that are going to be fixated on it. They're going to be glued to it. And that gives it the power. What I kind of wanted to talk today about is, where is the evidence? I mean, you know, where in the world do people get that these people have been shot or hung or killed, or that everybody's in Gitmo? I mean, can somebody show me some proof? I mean, it's just a bit ridiculous. So I'm going to read an article and I will link it in the comments. I may not read the whole thing, but it is proof that the United States is a criminal corporation. That's the name of the article. I don't know that that's actually what it does. I don't know that it actually proves that. It's just food for thought. And one of the greatest tricks that the New World Order did to enslave the people of the world was to secretly create a corporate version of counties, cities, states, and countries. By doing this, the leaders of the NWO and their minions were able to trick us to unknowingly agree to be agents or employees of these corporations through the use of fraudulent contracts, such as the birth certificate, social security card, and driver's license. The information in this article is more focused on the U.S. So, if you're not in the U.S., it may not be applicable. So, I need to explain to you what the United States is, so that you know that it is not a country. When the U.S. government refers to the United States, 99% of the time, it is referring to the corporation known as the United States, Inc. What you need to know about the U.S. government is that it's also a foreign corporation. Some people claim that the United States was sold in 2013 and is now known as the United States of America, Inc., and I have not found evidence to back up this claim, so I do not know if that is true. Be aware that the name of this corporation is written in all caps. If you know how the legal system works, you should know that when a name is written in all caps, it can change the meaning of the name. For example, in legal terms, the United States of America is not the same as the United States of America, and they have it different here. The purpose is to trick you to think that they are the same thing, and this process also applies to your legal name. Okay, in commerce, when you see a name written in all capital letters, it is a corporate name or a legal name, which is a corporation. The legal name plays a significant role in your life because it is used by the government to identify the corporate you. And anything you get from the government will be in all caps, and that corporation that it creates is known as your straw man. And you can look that up. I'll do a video on that one day. But whenever you receive a government document issued to you, 99% of the time, your legal name on the document is written in all caps. This is why your legal name on your driver's license, social security card, and birth certificate is written in all caps. The process that allows the government to legally claim you as a corporation involves the creation of a fictional you, which is, and that's the straw man, which is the name written in all capital letters, and then tricking you to agree to be that artificial person or legal name. This legal name was created shortly after you were born and was recorded on a bond. This bond represents the date of your birth and is known as your birth certificate. The birth certificate is actually a certificate of debt slavery, which is why it is recorded on a bond. TheLawDictionary.org defines bond as a contract by specialty to pay a certain sum of money, being a deed or instrument under seal, by which the maker or obliger promises and thereto binds himself, his heirs, executors, and administrators to pay a designated sum of money to another. Your legal name, which is used to identify you, is written in all capital letters because it is a piece of liquidated capital. In other words, it has been securitized and turned into a financial instrument, hence the term liquidated capital. And you are defined as the body of water or liquid. To liquidate something is to sell it off entirely or sell it to pay off a debt. It is called liquidated capital because you, the person who has been securitized, were born in the womb of your mother, which was mostly made of water, and then you are birthed, like a ship is birthed. You are also mostly made of water. Because you are mostly made of liquid and have been securitized, you are considered liquidated capital. The purpose of liquidating you is to turn you into capital money. The word capital comes from the Latin word capitalis, which means of the head, hence capital chief first. It also comes from another Latin word caput, which translate to English as head. When you really think about this process, you should know that the process of turning you into capital money or liquidated capital is their way of saying that you have a bounty on your head. Your birth certificate is the bond with your all caps legal name written on it, and therefore it is the financial document that has the value of the bounty on your head. This is why your birth certificate is traded on the stock market. By now, you should know that the United States is a corporation. If you want proof of this, look at subsections 15 and 15A in Title 28 U.S. Code 3002. And if you click on this link, you can click there. And you should see the sentence, United States means a federal corporation. What most people do not know about the United States, Inc. is that it is a foreign corporation. Anyone who works for this foreign corporation is a foreign agent and is unknowingly or knowingly committing fraud against the American people. It is no different than what the agents of the British Empire did to the American people back in the 1700s. To be more specific, the politicians working in Washington, D.C., and nearly every politician, judge, attorney, police officer, and government agent working throughout the USA are foreign agents. Because these government employees are foreign agents, do not vote for any of them to represent you in office. And it says you're committing treason. I don't know about all that. So we're going to go into why proof that why nearly all United States politicians are traitors to the American people. Okay, nearly all politicians in the USA are treasonous because they swore an oath to a privately owned foreign corporation known as the United States Incorporated. Washington, D.C., or the District of Columbia, is also a privately owned foreign corporation. Washington, D.C. is not part of the USA, just like Vatican City is not part of Italy. To find the evidence that nearly all politicians in the USA are treasonous, you need to be aware of Title 8 U.S. Code 1481. And it says, a person who is a national of the United States, whether by birth or naturalization, shall lose his nationality by voluntarily performing any of the following acts with the intention of relinquishing United States nationality. Taking an oath or making an affirmation or other formal declaration of allegiance to a foreign state or political subdivision thereof after having attained the age of 18 years. Accepting, serving in, or performing the duties of any office, post, or employment under the government of a foreign state or a political subdivision thereof after attaining the age of 18 years. Or if he acquires the nationality of such a foreign state. In simple terms, once an oath of office is taken by an American citizen, this citizenship is relinquished, and thus he becomes a foreign agent. And that's how they're governed by Interpol, and that's how I don't think that they can be, any of these people can be arrested, like, by the U.S. government. That's why it's all a scam. This Q stuff is all a scam. You know, and the 4 largest criminal corporations in the world, the Vatican, obviously, the UN, the United States, and the inner city of London, which, you know, it all ties back to the typical people. You know, so what can you do to free humanity? One of the first steps to free humanity is to educate people about the NWO and the legal system. When people are educated with the right knowledge, it increases their awareness and expands their consciousness. These things are very important for achieving freedom. A simple way to educate people about the NWO and legal system is just to share, you know, articles like this or anything that you find on this topic with others. You know, talk to them about it. Learn it yourself first, but... So it's worth a read. There are more articles, obviously, like this, but I can't read excerpts from everything. We do use a maritime law system. It's you know, the U.S. I don't even think constitutional law has much bearing in the court system, which court is a game. I mean, you play, you know, games on a basketball court. It's all a big. It's all word magic, and yeah, it's what it is. So, I hope you learned something and have a great day.